Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to the Great War Western Front, a new game out by Petroglyph Games, which combines both tactical real-time combat and turn-based strategy. This is episode number 20 in our Let's Play series, playing as the Central Powers in this World War I game, and so far the war's going pretty well, although our offensive efforts seem to have hit a snag as we've really run into a brick wall and we're not really able to make much progress. We're still inflicting heavy losses on the enemy. We still have sort of a score lead in the war, with the national will greatly favoring us. When that gets to 0, you lose, so that's going well. But we'll see how things play out in today's episode. The enemy's going to be launching an attack on us, and we'll see if we can hold out against them. The Allies have been making major progress in technology, it seems like, while our own tech is no longer bleeding edge as far as I can tell. We will continue this series, however, and we'll see if we can win through to ultimate victory. This was taken from a Twitch live stream, so if you're interested, there's a link in the description to follow me over there. And without further ado, let's turn it back over to my live stream itself, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to hold off on spending that other point for the moment, so then we can get the bunkers and maybe we get tanks. What's this event? U-boat attacks resume. Yay, our national will goes up 10. Of course, that's going to bring the Americans into the war. But yeah, the gas still had a major morale hit, but it did not hurt their health. All right, doesn't look like they're going to attack anywhere in the south this turn, the AI. Almost all of their troops are stacked in the north. Let's buy some supply. I'm not going to attack this turn. I need to wait. And we're into the spring of 1917. What are these events? The Zimmerman telegram. That's great. Let's bring those Americans into the war. Revolt. Companies in the region of Armies cannot attack, but they can defend. That's great, but it doesn't really help me because I can't defend there. The front leading to Paris seems weak. Well, there is no such blitz thing as blitzkrieg in this. I also don't have troops there to exploit that attack potential. Do we have any new troops? Are we raising any new troops? New conscripts? New anything? Nope. Okay. Maybe we'll get a bunch when the Russians fall, right? Will of the people. We need to increase national will by 4 more and we'll get 400 free supply. We've got 2 turns to do it. Swift Iron is what? Defeat 3 Whippet tanks. We haven't even seen any Whippet tanks yet. Alright, so we've got the 3 research points there. We could do bunkers, which moves us toward tank warfare. Alternatively, we could do sourced materials, which makes our purchase of reduces the gold reserve cost of all strategic structures. Level 3 storage depots. We can get 4 new cores, but it doesn't really help us a lot, honestly. The manpower's not the issue right now. Are flamethrower tanks worth anything? Like, do they do anything well? Okay. Could do bombers. Increase the sight range on our balloons. That would be nice. Let's hold off on spending that. You know, what's crazy about that last battle is the AI didn't even deploy all their troops. They left a lot of troops on their defensive lines in A and C. Or A in the command post. Probably J Street. That's fair. Flamethrowers clear trench as well. If you get him to the trenches, right? All right, let's wait one more turn. See if the enemy attacks me. They do. They're going to attack at Hazebrook with 10 cores. They're going to attack with everything they got, but we've got a strong defensive position as well. So let's bleed them. We basically just fought the Battle of Dunkirk, or not Dunkirk, of Verdun at both Ypres and Calais, and now we've switched over onto the strategic defensive. You know, that's kind of what it feels like. Now we have fought on this battlefield many a time, and so we should have a decent trench network that we don't have to rebuild, and we might want to actually upgrade too. We've upgraded some of these trenches to advanced trenches, you can see. Not all of them though. Some of them are still basic. I'm gonna upgrade some of these, especially with what the enemy is going to be throwing at me. I'm not going to do a siege bombardment because that I think would just be a waste. I don't think I need to build any more trenches. Advanced firing trench could possibly be useful, but it's very expensive. Also, we do have some barbed wire in place. Can I put any more out front? It doesn't look like it. I've got one line. I can't put multiple based on how far forward our trenches are. Because originally this hex started out as a offensive hex. We'll guard the flank of some of our units with barbed wire, so they can't easily move around us. All right, that's probably about all the barbed wire we're gonna do. Let's do some MGs. Not on the front lines. MGs are more effective in the rear. The enemy likes to suppress the front lines. So from the rear, from the second line, we can do a lot more damage. Okay. I mean, we're putting a lot of MGs down. I don't know that trench mortars make a lot of sense. I didn't feel like they were super valuable last time. Heavy artillery is better on the defensive. All right. That's a lot of artillery. That's a lot of points spent. Let's see if we can still adequately man our lines. We do have German grenadiers. Interesting. All right, so let's do our regular infantry for most of our units in the front line. We may pull back one of those arty units. Okay. All right, so the front line is manned. That's entirely across. We've got 8 more units we can call in, so we'll keep the regular infantry going. All right, I don't know if the... Like, are grenadiers good versus tanks? I'd be curious about that. They seem expensive.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Okay.
Gefechtsbereit.
Replace a few units with them. They hit hard but have no range. Good to know. Maybe I should go with the elite infantry then instead. They're probably better on the offensive with the grenadiers, right?
Zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
All right. That's pretty much all of our supply, all of our manpower. Everything's all equipped. I guess we'll go to war. Let's see what the enemy has. As if my bad day doesn't help the enemy. I mean, we have been having a bad day. I'm not spending on a balloon. I do have a 600 amount of supply in the defensive, so that should help. We could also use a siege bombardment. That'd be pretty hilarious. All right, they've got a balloon over this way. Can I shoot it down without knowing, like...
Mannschaften bereit. Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen.
Can I hit it? Is it this wagon here? Would that be its
Bereit für
anchor point?
auf diese Stelle. Bereit, Jungs. Feuerwalze klar machen.
Or is it over here? I think it's that wagon. I could send a balloon airstrike, but I think it's about the same price, assuming I guess on the right spot. And I've had mixed results with airplanes not shooting balloons down on balloon strikes, so... Although I guess we didn't get it there either. We did scar the landscape a bit until the trench is magically clear.
Positionen vorbereiten. Mannschaften bereit.
I suppose, well, I could send an infantry unit there, but it's probably just going to die. I'm pretty confident it's this wagon. That's one strong tether.
Für Feuerwalze prüfen.
Goddamn right, it seems to be. No, the aircraft don't let you scout. It's a bit frustrating. Why is this thing not dying? Do I need to waste more RD on this?
Bereit für Feuerwalze.
You know, it'd be funny as if they were advancing their infantry through this. I thought it was usually faster than that. I don't remember spending 6 in the past. Hey, look, here they come. A tank.
Bereit für Feuerwalze. Klar machen. Feuer.
Oh, I should not have done that. 1, it bopped out of range. 2, oh, they just took out an MG nest. Fuck. 2, I'm gonna destroy my own barbed wire. They're going for the MG nest. It's a cannon tank. Fuck. That is effective. Is he just gonna roll through my lines and get every single one of these bastards? Just zigzagging through? Here come the enemy attacks.
Ladet ihn auf. Feuerwalze vorbereiten. Positionen
Did we get the balloon? We did. We got the balloon, boys. All right.
Mannschaften bereit. Für Bereichsfeuerwalze.
So their artillery is already... I'm guessing that's probably a rolling barrage, I would think.
Feuerwalze prüfen. Feuerwalze einleiten. Bereit für Feuerwalze. Positionen vorbereiten. Feuerwalze klar machen. Mannschaften bereit. Seid bereit, Jungs.
Can you not hit here?
Auf Feuerwalze
Where's your
vorbereiten.
target radius? This must be the one that's pointed the other direction. And the others are all on cooldown, huh? Okay. At least we're gonna take that tank out. That's worth 100 supply for what it's worth. Oh, bombers. So I guess we should probably call in a air superiority mission, huh?
Schaltet ihre Piloten aus. Ladet sie nach. Für Bereichsfeuerwalze. Positionen vorbereiten. Alle Waffen abfeuern. Mannschaften bereit.
Jeez, they got through that without like any damage. That rolling barrage is very effective. All right, those raiders did their job. And wow, those grenades thrown by those commandos obliterated the enemy attacks. Holy crap. All right, the rolling barrage did give them a lot of cover. Let's do this. Let's launch a counterattack once we clear the center trench. Got it. Are they gonna try and attack me here, actually? Well, they tried to leave the trench. That was dumb of them. All right, so let's pull these troops forward. Call in some reinforcements. All right, go help those guys. All right, another enemy attack coming in. We should clear this trench. All right, they want to shoot those reinforcements coming in. That suits me just fine. Buys me time to hit them in the open with my arty. So we'll take out probably 4 companies with enemy artillery. Rolling barrage is going to hurt. That does give them quite a bit of cover. But our elite infantry are winning those hand-to-hand combats versus the Belgians pretty easily. Frankly, I don't even need to shift those troops around. So that attack went nowhere. Let's call in some reinforcements. I don't know why they're not shooting at those Indian troops out in the open. All right, no reason to waste artillery on a lone enemy company coming forward here, at least not yet. The suppression barrage might make things a little interesting, but I'm gonna shoot at these guys as they try and cross their front. Right, more companies coming. Good to hear it, A10. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Did we shoot the enemy bomber down, by the way, before? I was not actually able to pay too close attention. All right, I think if they're dropping a rolling barrage that may be a little bit early, let's see where they oblique to before we drop our own artillery. All right, let's do this. All right, we'll drop 3 heavy bombardments right across the front of the enemy advance. Not actually doing that much damage, interestingly enough. Did a little bit to that second line. Belgians here didn't even reach the front line. They tried to hug the left bank of the map. They're going for that second line here, actually. The Belgian infantry are pretty squishy. Oh shit. I'm trying to move troops that are in melee. Alright, let's bring these guys forward. Our front line is in trouble. Not too much trouble, I don't think, but some trouble. Oh, they're gonna try and push right through?
Schützt diese Position! Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir haben neue Befehle. An die Linie!
So we are losing the objective temporarily.
Melde mich zum Dienst.
Bereit für Feuerweite. Positionen vorbereiten.
Zurück nach
Feuerweite,
hinten!
feuern auf diese Stellung.
Rettet euch!
Crap. They just overran our whole front? The whole left flank is gone.
Warten auf Befehle. Feuerstellung bereit machen.
We can win this thing without worrying about that, to be honest.
Feuerstufe bereit machen.
We don't actually have to hold that objective. With the casualties we're inflicting on them, they will almost certainly lose no matter what. Even if we lose an objective.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
Shift to the right, get yourself out of that smoke screen.
Mannschaft, Feuerweite vorbereiten. Seid bereit, Jungs. Bereit für Feuerweite. Ladet sie nach.
The one problem with the way I deployed my artillery is I can't address flank attacks all that well. Once they're kind of across the flank, I think I'm a little bit in trouble. Another enemy tank coming up. It'd be cool is if you could direct fire your tanks. Also, the other problem, the game pauses the time when the objective is contested, which makes situations like this not great. Hey guys, shoot at the enemy infantry. The tank is a target, but you don't need to focus all of your efforts on it. Okay. Do we have any more MGNS over here on the flank? I put most of them on the left. So they're going to take that one position. Let's pull back. Let's just sacrifice it. Let's pull these guys back here. Drop Artie on the tank. Maybe you'll get it. Shit. He advanced past it. God damn it. Stay still, you bastard. He's gonna roll through that barbed wire, isn't he? He's gonna go for our artillery pieces. And there goes one gun. Two guns. And bring in these grenadiers. Maybe they can do something. The tank's gonna die, but they'll have taken out half a battery.
Bereit machen. Wir müssen diese Stellung halten. Positionen vorbereiten. Feuerweite. Mannschaften bereit. Seid bereit, Jungs. Koordinaten für Feuerweite prüfen. Bereit für Feuerbefehle. Bereit für Feuerweite. Alle Waffen abfeuern.
All right, Artie. They're gonna try and they took point X, or they haven't taken X yet. It's still being taken. Okay. All right. so we've got a double line of troops on the left.
Nehmt den Graben ein.
I'm assuming they're going to try and break this position here on our extreme left. That tank crew's getting the Legion of Honor after this? Yeah, probably.
Ladet sie nach. Positionen vorbereiten. Klar machen. Mannschaft auf der Seite. Unsere Ziele. Seid bereit, Jungs.
All right, they are doing suppression barrages at the moment, not rolling barrages, which makes me wonder how much supply they have left. They may be low. I would think if I'm low, they're low, especially since they've bought 2 tanks and lost them both. That's probably a waste if that's just a single company attack. Although it probably isn't if they're dropping multiple artillery bombardments down here. Maybe it is, though. I might be able to take the points back. I'm not sure it's worth it, guys. Like, I think sometimes in this game, as in a lot of war games, sometimes it's very important to know when the right time to commit troops is and when it's not. And it kind of feels like maybe right now we're better off if we just hold off on attacking and just let them come to us in this center position and save our resources for possibly a counterattack if they take the command trench. But I think we're better off letting them die in counterattacks which feel fruitless than I am pausing the clock again around X. Although dropping Artie on X there was probably stupid because they were moving. It's interesting that a battery, when it's down to 3, still costs the same supply, although you can see the bombardment is much less intense. I'll accept their ceasefire, sure. So the Allies stopped their attack, and that's the end of the battle. Although I guess it was 1 gun, not 3. And I think, I'm not a World War I scholar, but I think that's where you see, like, defenders didn't actually... The mantra of the defense having a huge advantage in World War I is true to a point, but like outside of like the Somme, the initial waves didn't generally get completely eviscerated and massacred. A lot of the casualties came like once that first trench line was taken, then they would try and move forward to the second line because the troops learned really quick, lightly defend your forward trench, have your second trench be where the bulk of your troops are. The enemy comes across and wastes their strength taking the first trench. You launch a counterattack to retake that trench, and there's like a back and forth between the trench lines. And so it was less like everyone always getting mowed down going over the front. Artillery, I believe, was the #1 killer in World War I. And that could hit the defender very hard as well. All right, so Central Powers, we lost 600 gold. The enemy spent 1,500, however, in their offensive. We lost about 3,000 troops, 4 heavy artillery, and 2 fighters. The enemy lost 1 fighter, 2 tanks, and about 10,000 troops. It ends up being a stalemate. Maybe it was around the 3rd trench. I just know it wasn't like that initial, like, you go over the top and everybody gets mowed down. Like, there were a few battles where that was true, but that was often not the case. Okay, so we spent just shy of 400 supply and 600 gold. Will of the people. We need to get our national morale up by 4 points. To get some free supply. We got 5 engineering points. I can't get the tanks quite yet. I guess let's get bunkers and then we'll get tanks next turn. The machine gun certainly played a role. Oh, it's going to be 2 turns. All right, let's do this. Let's buy some supply. I don't know. Hauser here in the chat would probably know better. All right, so we got 1,500 gold. They still have 6 cores at Ypres. They've got 5 at Dunkirk. The problem with Dunkirk is it can only attack from one direction. Go for Bray. Disease was definitely a big killer. Tretch. But I believe artillery was the #1 killer in the war. Pretty certain on that. What are these events? April 1917. French mutiny plus 200 supply. Okay. I don't know why that gives me more supply, but I'll take it. And then training wheels. Defeat 3 MK1 tanks. Well, we haven't seen any MK1 tanks yet, have we? Well, we held out against large enemy formations in the last battle. In the next battle, we're going to try and go over onto the offensive. It'll be a limited regional offensive, not something up north, but rather something that we try and pull enemy reinforcements south away from sort of the quagmire along the channel. So we'll look for an area where we can successfully attack them. But that's going to do it for today's episode. The next one would push a bit long, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.